back of our book, and we are on page Taf Kuf Lamed Daled. Taf Kuf Lamed Daled up here. We're down on the lower part. We had gotten to number Lamed Hey. Now, Lamed Hey is down here at the bottom. So here he was talking about what's actually going on in Olam Haba during the 7th millennium. And we got to this little place here. Let me see if I could bring my thing down a little bit more. And there. So it says, V'yesh l'tzayim gan divrei habris menucha b'hakdoma. And let's see what he says. I'm in the wrong place. It says, Rei b'hemshech the b'alef hashvi. Look at, no, I'm in the right place. That's Lamed Hey. I was in the right place. I'm sorry. V'yesh l'tzayim gan divrei habris menucha b'hakdoma v'zeh l'shono. He says, Elef hashvi menucha v'havavacha v'hashola v'hachokma. V'olam haba yotze mimakomo. What happens is Olam haba leaves its place. V'hamalachim geluyim l'bnei adam. And at this time the angels are revealed to people. Says a result of the movement, he says, of Olam haba. The fact that this revelation is taking place is not considered to be so important because of the tremendous celebration of joy that's going on. And he says, V'rov hasimcha v'hachachma. Now, simcha doesn't normally necessarily go with the concept of chachma. So here's two different things here. There's such amount of sifra and seichel. And so I'm not sure what he means by chachma here. It comes. But I guess the yichudim can take place as a result of chachma. That's what I can say. That's all I can say. So he says, Rei Gam Bazor, he says in other places, it says, of Zel Lashona Od Yunuma Besevo, so they'll renew themselves in their old age. In other words, they'll come back to life. Bahaku Yomba the Yishtakach Al Becharav. That takes place, all of this life and the celebration, this abundant chokhmah is going to take place in that 7th millennia, Elef Hashvi Ein Sham. So this is all about whether or not, we're still around, our people are still around in the 7,000th year. So he says, V'hine bedasa tavunos, over here in the, he says, Kosav Ramchal, he says that's, and this is his short version of what he said, or the Bildilog, he says, L'elef hashvihi kara'uhu chazal, in the 7th millennium, the rabbis call this Yom Shekudu Shabbos and Menucha L'Chayolamim. So let's go again. He says it's a day which is completely Shabbos. It's a day of rest or rest, something like that, for everlasting life. So it says, Haguf lo sar adayim mimitziusa. But the thing is that the body is still not been removed from its state, its normal state. It's ki lo nitan chidush adayim lebria. Because in the 7th millennia, he says it's a tremendous joy, and he's about to explain. But it's still not the time that the world has become renewed in whatever that means, renewed, meaning that the bodies are no longer necessary. So from the time that the world is renewed, Elef Hashmini, there you have to go to Elef Hashmini. So what I understand about Elef Hashmini is that this is Bina. Bina is the 8th if you count from the bottom to the top. Maybe that's it. Shehu l'machar l'kabel scharim. So this is the concept of l'machar. That's the next day. That's the millennia after. That's l'kabel scharim, to be able to receive their reward. At this point, there's no real reason that the body should be around. But it's only necessary for the avoda to take place in its time. In other words, it's time oriented. But in the future, things will not be time oriented. Therefore, you don't need a body to be able to do things timely. But its reality its existence, that's a better word maybe, its existence is really subsequent, what's the right word? Um, it is tafel, that's a better word, tafel and neshama. It's subjugated by the neshama, maybe that's the right word. Lihis adam betova elyon netzach nitzachim, to really bask in all of the tov that comes from up above forever. Ad kan. Mashma the Elef Hashvi, so it's mashma like this, that the seventh millennium, hu adayim bechin the zaman avoided. So it's still, there are things to do. So if a sachar, if a scharcha tzaddikim who rock be'elef hashmini, so you want to tell when the reward actually comes from the tzaddikim, he says that only takes place in the 8th millennium. V'ulak of the naza rock al ikar schar tzaddikim. So really, perhaps we could say like this: the Gavana is only really on the ikar schar tzaddikim. What does that mean? I mean, what's it between this schar and that schar? What's the difference? He said, but the beginning of the reward to the tzaddikim is really in the beginning of it. It's in the 7th millennium. Ugolosh and the Medrash, it says like this: the Haschalos Olam Haba Hu Be'elef Hashvi. Apparently, that's a Medrash. Umihu Eric Elef Hashmini. But if you look at it in relationship to the eighth millennium, Shu Iker Schar Tzadikim, which is really the root of the Schar Tzadikim, Nikra Elef Hashvi. It's called the 7th Elef, Bechinas Zaman Avoida, which is a time of Avoida. Okay, so we're really coming around the bend here, and I don't know if you want to see this, but I'm going to read it anyway. Oh gosh, I got stuck again. What is going on? It's recording, but the